Okay, we are live. Welcome, everyone, to this conversation with me and Angela about energetic touch and the very first time. So, Angela, I'm just going to ask you, when was the first time that you discovered that touch could have an energetic component to it? And maybe you've always known.
No, I didn't know always that. I had very difficulty with the touch. I didn't like to be touched, and I hate to touch people. So first, for me, it was like I don't know. It's the suck reality, when people told me, you go there and you hug, and
Mm.
it's forever, and I don't know what I have to do it right, and something like that. And with the symphony and some ESC or some kind of touch and the body processes, I discover I like touch,
Mm.
and everybody has a different touch, and I really like your touch. It's for me, it's like going to the playground, and everywhere around me bubbles, and inside my body it's bubbles. And still right now when I'm doing with this it's like my body, I feel it's bubbling everything. And I just discover I love it. I love it. My body love it, and it could be fun to be
Mm.
touched.
Well, it's interesting because I remember in one of so I facilitate a class called Art of Touch. If you're just landing here, I facilitate a class called Art of Touch. And also, Angela and I both work a lot with something called the Symphony of Possibilities, which is an energetic modality developed by Dr. Dane here, which includes a lot of energetic touch off and off body. So you can touch your body a little bit, but often you touch just via energy. So we'll get back to that. And in the Art of Touch class, you actually work a lot with energetic touch on body. And in one of the latest classes I did, it was in Poland, and we had a 2-day class. And there was a woman, the first day she came in, she was sitting a little to the side. And I was going around asking people what they wanted to get out of this class, what they were looking for. And this woman said, well, I don't like touch. I don't like being touched. She had a very similar, like, what do I do? How am I supposed to hug? And what's actually supposed to be going on here? And it was so amazing that she still came to the class. The class is really about touch in any form. You don't have to like touch to go there. So she came and she went through we do a lot of practices. We do use a lot of access clearings to find a new space to choose from, to explore from. And at the end of that class, she had a very similar comment to yours. And I think that's why I remembered it. She said, I do like touch. I do like touch. I like energetic touch. I like touch in a different way than I've ever explored and that anyone had ever invited me to. And I think everybody's different. And there are people that really, for them, even being close to somebody is so much download and so much that they just actually like having the interaction a bit further away. There are people that don't like touch at all, and that is totally okay. There are people that may really enjoy a very physical touch, and that's like they kind of squeeze and really hold on to you. The point is that everybody is different, and because touch has been so defined and kind of boxed in, and this is the correct kind of touch, this is incorrect, these are the people you can touch, you can't touch those people. I mean, you can touch your partner but not if you're not together, or you can touch your kids but only up to a certain age, and you can hang out with your pets, but only if they're
Yes.
your pets. Just like all these different things that it doesn't allow us to explore what kind of touch works for us. So how did that change the way you interact with the world, Angela, after you started to discover that you actually like touch the way you like touch?
Yeah, it's for me like a new world, the new reality. It's always different because sometimes right now I like going deep with the touch and like never stopping and go deeper and deeper, and I don't know how, but it's like a journey, and it makes me curious about the touches and the bodies and the energies and the peoples, because it's like we are going to a new country and we discover the language and everything, the food, the taste, and for me the touch is like more like that, because when I was a child I like to play with touch, the going with the nuts, the grass, and the fluffy, puffy, I don't know, blanket and something like that. And after I just closed this because it was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. It's not reason to do this. And after when I discovered the touch, it was like really, it's like a new reality. And I'm still so curious about it. What can I find with the touch? And it's what you said. It's not about doing something. It's always different. So I'm so curious about your class because I know it's a new reality again, and I don't know what's going to be there, but I know it's something will open up again, and I just love. And every symphony class or whatever I'm creating or I'm attending the class, it's always something more and more about this. And it's about me. It's not just, and it's about the people and how can we communicate and be together and not judging, just something new. I have not really have words, but what is there when we really in this universe?
Well, I love that you said, well, there are a few things, but one, you said curiosity, because I think curiosity is like the starting point. And curiosity, you can't have curiosity and judgment at the same time. So curiosity opens up the space of like a continuous exploring. And then when you mentioned like how you as a kid, you touched all kinds of things, like being touched by the grass or being touched by the water. And our bodies are sensory organisms. And it means that we actually are touched via all our senses, and you can be deeply touched by music that you hear. You can be touched by just looking into somebody's eyes and meeting them. You can be touched by awe-inspiring beauty in the forest, and you can be touched by the wind and the sunshine. And so, but I think, again, as you mentioned, because it had no purpose, like it served no purpose, it's not encouraged to continue to explore. And I think we're missing such a big part of our lives because we're here to sense, to be touched by everything, energies and physical things and people and beings and energies. We're here to be touched by energies. And I think part of my target with the class is to awaken that sense of being alive, the sense of being alive through being touched through our senses. And one of the easiest way to get there is to start exploring the interaction between bodies and people, because it's so apparent to everyone. And then take that also into, being touched by the earth, being touched by, even by what you experience. You can be touched by the very experience you're having. So I find all of that is part of this journey. And then I would say that another brilliant thing you said is like how it's different. There's so much more to explore. And I find that energy, because energy is always in movement, and we are all made of energy. So it's always shifting and changing. So the way your energetic touch when you're with somebody, it shifts from time to time. And energetic touch is not always fluffy and sweet and, slow. Energetic touch can be so intense and so alive and like nearly. So it has all. It has all kind, like you say, with a, you know, how you taste something like a food or a symphony that you listen to. It has all kinds of vibration and frequencies involved. And once you start exploring it, there's always more. There's always another frequency, another way of being touched, another thing that gets created in the moment when you hug somebody even. So it's like opening a whole different universe when you start playing with touch and energetic touch. So yes, I'm very curious what this class will create as well.
Yes, me too. It's like a playground. We have this kind of playground, and we have blocks. And
Yeah,
after we find wow, it's a much bigger playground with the touch and so many information and just not information, it's everything, and we just play. And
yeah,
after we played, we like relax, and I usually don't know what happened
yeah.
because you said it's very good. It's not reason for the
Mm,
touch. And that's the sentence for me. It's oh really. I didn't I didn't
yeah,
said that, but that's very good. It's not reason for the touch.
yeah.
It's so amazing.
Well, and also I read somewhere that when we learn something new, if we learn it like cognitively, linearly, it takes like 20 to 30 hours to learn something new. But if you play, it takes like, you know, a few minutes because it bypasses all that, the cognitive that has to put it in a specific purpose drawer or result drawer or, you know, what came first, what came second. Play allows you to actually integrate with this new way of being or new information in a whole different way. So for me, both the Symphony of Possibilities, like all the explorations we do there and all the explorations in the Art of Touch is based on play. It's based on this is not significant. This is not something defined that you have to learn and now you do it this way. This is really what would happen if you allowed yourself to engage all your senses, the seen and unseen, like the divine and not defined. And what comes up? Where can I go now? Where can I go with this person? What happens with this body? What happens if I walk barefoot on the grass when the snow has just fallen? So, yeah, all of that. And it's, I would say for the world, when I look at it, I think a lot of people long for something more. They long for coming more alive. They long for something more. And in their interactions with other people, in their sex life, in their relationships, and all of that. And this is one of the things that I would say allows you to start adding something in whatever way, like however much or however little you want, that takes you out of the autopilot. You can't be on autopilot living your life and engaging with touch and energies.
Yeah. Because if we're going with that, it's a past. And
Yeah.
when we're playing, it's like we don't have to, like, we are out creating the past, what we experience about the touch or abuse, or I don't know. In the spiritual life, they told me I have cold hands, so I'm not good with energy. But when we're playing, it's just melting away. I don't care about I cold or I don't know. We had a session
Right.
and my socks were like this and my clothes were like, and I perceive you see that and you laughing and I start laughing, but usually I shy about it, but it was no place to shy about my
Yeah.
body part or something like that. And it was so melting away the past and everything we believe or we learn or anything. So it's amazing. It's really amazing to play with this.
It's like a liberation from the basis of where we taught we have to function, like this baseline. this is how you behave, this is how much you can receive, this is how wild you can get, or how, whatever baseline you have for your life, basis is what we call it in Access. This is really a way to like bypass and uncreate that and allow you to start exploring, what is this for you? What is touch for you? What are energies for you? And who do you be with them? So, and if anyone wants to come and join us, I know it is on November 24th in Budapest. It's a Sunday. I have no idea really where they're supposed to go, but I think it's central in the city. What do you know, Angela?
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I already check it, and it's my body like, wow, this place is going to be different because it's central Budapest, but it's like it's a little bit like this building where I am now. It's like an old building, but it's beautiful elegance, and it still have a very interesting energy where I'm okay. That's going to be something different to play. It's, I don't know, for me, the room, the walls, the lights, it's all about the touching. So yeah, it's a really beautiful place where we are be. So we will send the landing page, and where is exactly the address, because I don't remember the address, but it's going to be a beautiful place in central Budapest.
Well, and it's so interesting that you said this about that, because I've seen pictures of it, and I just realized in this class, we'll be able to touch the place, but the place with its beauty and its age, like the fact that it's one of the older buildings, it has that beauty, timeless beauty. We'll be able to touch each and every one of us, but also the whole class. So that instantly adds an energy to the class. It's like sometimes we take the whole class outside into nature, like part of the class will go into a forest or something, then the forest gets to contribute. And then we look at like how touch actually works. And now we get to do that with a timeless building.
Wow.
So, yeah. So if anyone, so Kelly, thank you for adding the landing page, and we'll add it also under this post. And if anyone wants to join us, the only thing you need to bring is you. You don't need to know anything about touch or energies when you come. No need to take a pre-course. And I think the prereq for the class is, somebody remembers? I think it's bars. Is that correct? It's bars. I had a behind the scenes. So if you've taken Access bars, you can come to this class and play with us.
Yeah. And you just ask your body, and you will know, because I'm here with people, and they already told me, okay, I don't know why I'm going to there, but I know I have to be there. And I said, yes, I was the same. I know once I'm sure I would like to be in this class, because it's pulling me. And when I saw it's going to be Budapest, I said, okay, that's what I ask for. So
thank you. And I actually want to address, I just saw a question from one of our viewers. So who is saying, I love hugging, but not being touched by some people. Greasy, dirty hands, or, maybe greasy, dirty heart. Who knows? Like whatever goes on. And it's really one of the keys, because if you don't have the sense that you can say no to being touched by some people, then you're also not going to be as free of saying yes to enter into any kind of context where that could occur. So you'll have to put like walls up to make sure that you don't accidentally get touched by somebody that you don't desire to be touched from, because you have choice. Always. It should always, or is always, your choice to be touched or not touched. So one of the things we also explore is the power of no.
Wow.
Because once you own that, once you own the no, you have so much more space to explore the yes. So whoever asked that, thank you so much. And I really, even if you don't come to this class on the 24th, really start exploring and playing with no, because that's where the freedom lies, that you have access to both yes and no. It's not just one of them, and you get to choose. So, okay, thank you so much, Angela.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Budapest.
I'm so happy.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.